You decide to start a new hardcore world, hoping to achieve a relatively difficult task, but the moment you spawn in, you suddenly feel an immense sense of dread. You've just dug your ditch and called it quits, never to look back, pretending nothing happened. I'm here to get you out of that mindset. The mindset that you're not good enough, inexperienced, or too scared. Hey guys, I'm a lemon. I'm going to try my best to get you out of that dirt hole and on your way to defeating the Ender Dragon, and maybe beyond. These starting tutorials or guides will lay the foundation for newer hardcore players. However, over time, these guides will become more and more complex. For now, we'll be starting from spawn. Before you even move, make a note of your coordinations by pressing F3 and then taking a screenshot, which is F2. In the short run, it will be the easiest way to return home. Finding or making a compass in your travels will make returning home less stressful since it points to spawn chunks. There is more to spawn chunks than just finding your way home. This will be touched on in a later part. Your next step would be finding or making a bed. Bases, in my opinion, aren't as important as long as you have a bed and some torches. Fret not, for there will be a time when a base is essential. Right now is not the time. Don't know how to acquire a bed? Ask sheep for some wool or borrow one from a villager. I'm sure they won't mind.
No, dude!
Sup, little beach?
Life's a beach and you're here, dude!
Once you get a bed, make sure to whip it out once nightfall happens. If you time it right, you'll be able to sleep without having to worry about any hostile mobs spawning.
Hi, how are you?
Once you've got your bed, it's time to make some tools. Locate a tree and grant it the sweet release of death.
ほう、向かってくるのか。逃げずにこのディオに近づいてくるのか。
近づかなきゃ、てめえをぶちのめせないんでな。
ほうほう。では十分近づくがよい。
After that, use its corpse to build a pickaxe and crafting table. Once you realize the horrible war crimes you've committed, begin to beat some stoners with your middle school science fair project. Construct any tools you feel the need to make. I recommend a stone pickaxe, axe, shovel, sword, and a boat. Time to find some food. Look for the nearest village. If one cannot be located, you must turn to your primal instincts and survive off the land. If you're going for a vegetarian run, make an effort to find berries. They're plentiful and easy to farm. For those who actually have a will to live,
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
it's time to play judge and executioner. But spare the cows around you. They'll be your source of food and leather for when you make your bookshelves and books. If you can't contain your bloodlust, try and spare at least 2 cows. The rest of the mobs are fair game. Raw meat will suffice until you run into an ocean or a village. You've spawned, beat a tree out of existence, and devastated the land around you. It's time to find some loot. This topic has been touched on in a few hardcore videos I did find, yet I would like to go in depth on a couple points. Let's skim over the basics. The best places in the overworld to find loot goes as follows: ocean, desert pyramids, and occasionally villages. These are the items you should be actively looking for. If you're a hoarder, saddles and horse armor work as well. So how should you go about looting these places? Let's start with the easiest one: villages. These guys are the lunchbox of the hardcore run. Sometimes you get a healthy snack from mom with a cute little note saying much love from your mom. Or your dad picks you up from school to take you to the dentist, but really takes you to Mickey D's and gives you a Happy Meal Wombo Combo Thicky Chicky Deluxe TM, then drops you off right at school, where you stroll in looking sick and flexing on these mad hoes. You got words of encouragement from your ma? That's cute, I got vital resources. While pillaging the villages, look for these structures. They will give the best loot. and take as much hay, wheat, and food as you can. Once you've raised a compound, continue to look for desert temples, or the ocean. Desert temples are only found in the desert, yet they hold some good loot. Their threat level is relatively low. Just scan the inside of the temple and place some torches in the dark corners. Once you've cleared the area, begin to desecrate in a similar fashion. Now, follow these steps very carefully.
Your work is appreciated. Well done.
Grab the goobies, don't forget the free bombs, indicate that you've been there, then dip out. Rinse and repeat as desired. Finally, we move on to oceans. They currently hold the best overworld loot in the game. They got diamonds, they got iron, they got everything. Yet, its threat level is something to take into account. You got to be mindful of drowning and the drowned. It's all about timing and item management. It can be a very daunting task, however, I got some neat tricks for you so that it can be an easier experience. Take a look at this ship. When exploring these ships, head for the stern or the booty of the ship. The booty holds the armory and map chests. Start where the armory is and swim your way to the chest. Grabbing the loot inside is fairly easy. Go over to the chest, open it, and double click an item. This will make the items stack, creating an easier grab and go scenario. Once you've gotten those items, swim out and find the doorway to the map chest. Standing in the middle of the doorway gives you an air bubble, where you can refresh your air. Collect maps, books, and paper if they're there. Treasure maps are relatively easier than ships, and hold just as good loot. Open the map, find the X, face north, and adjust accordingly. When you arrive, you will perform the Filza lap dance. Get the booty of your directional thingy and back it up, girl. When the directional thingy is around here, get digging. Find chests, profit, repeat. How much loot you pick up is all on you. If you just want a full suit of iron armor, that's fine. In my opinion, finding 5 diamonds is when I call quits and head back. Typically when I find my 5th diamond, I have no more space in my inventory. Here is what I would call the best possible loot pickup. 5 diamonds for a pickaxe and enchantment table. 33 iron ingots for a full suit of armor. Pickaxe, shovel, sword, and an axe, and maybe a shield. 45 books to make 15 bookshelves, and X amount of paper, sugarcane, and leather to make books for future enchantment books and fireworks. Enchanted apples, golden apples, a handful of gold, lapis, and emeralds. These villager professions, and if you're lucky, some obsidian. That about wraps up part 1. If you haven't yet, head back to spawn chunks and get to know the area around you. Take a look at the current gear you have and sort out the goods. Build your cow farm, sugarcane farm, and enchantment table if you so desire. From here you can either start mining or build your base. One last bit of advice before I send you off. Dying is inevitable, especially during the first few hours of the game. There is danger all around and it's all just waiting for you to mess up. But that's how you get better.
The only hope you have is to accept the fact that you're already dead. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you'll be able to function as a soldier's supposed to function.
Making mistakes is only human, yet it's what you learn from those mistakes that take you beyond. If you liked watching the video, learned something new or helpful, let me know. If you didn't, consider waiting around for part 2, where I go deeper into the mid-game goals. Till then.
アリーベデルチ